Wilding out Wednesday, cause y'all fools done wilded out as usual. It's just like a common every second thing, and then you wonder why a lot of folks don't want to be around you. I said before, they need to take the trailer park, the YN culture, and all adjacent, since y'all like the word adjacent, all adjacent aligned mentalities. I don't know what the equivalent. I know what the trailer park or white I know that is the is the culture minded. I'm just gonna say this: all the low level individuals of every group. And when I say low level, I'm not talking about people that might be down on their luck or they need to, pull they working on getting, ahead. No. We talking about mindsets and behaviors here. They need to be separated and sorted out. They need to be sorted out from amongst us. Or, like me, I'm sorting my own self out. I'm working on sorting my own self out. That's why I'm sick of DC. And Maryland, technically. Because your mindsets are jacked up. Why are we babysitting ignorance and coddling it? I have never in my life seen, and I say it repeatedly, I sound like a broken record, and I know it's only about 2-3 people that listen, but for those that do, and know what the heck I'm talking about, and understand it, and you have seen it, it's when we were growing up and when our parents was growing up, it would never be any adult, especially not no man, standing up knowing you have vilified, harmed, hurt, and did danger to children, elderly, and women and disabled people, and try to justify it. Prime example, like I said, that fool, a case in point for stupid Exhibit 1, that alderman in Chicago up there wanting to sue Walgreens because they're leaving Chicago or his ward because of theft. No, y'all should have been pulling up on your little thug little children running around in the neighborhood, making it unsafe in those communities. I hope Christian Maxwell wins. I hope she wins in Chicago. I hope Chicago flips red. Because it's ridiculous to see, like, the downfall is, and you want to blame other people. Check your raggedy children. My mother would never be like, oh yeah, we're going to sue the company. No, it'd be me she's checking. Don't nobody want to check the kids. Y'all are a freaking walking. Every time I read Proverbs and see something about correction and how it leads to destruction. Or the rejection of correction leads to destruction. Life is not with those who, you can't correct. The heart of a fool. Just everything. It's reigning supreme. And then you got the nerve to sit and want to be arrogant and talk about all kinds of stupid stuff that you don't need to be talking about when these kids run around here raggedy, and a lot of them are tied back to many of you. And if somebody say something, black, white, or whatever, instead of you saying, yeah, it's a problem, I need to correct them, no, you get mad, call them racist. Well, I'm racist as hell. I'm sick of it. All these kids are out here doing something, but you know who I see doing a whole lot of something all the time? Your kids. I'm sick of it. How you up there? They supposed to be having Cinco de Mayo. When I got home and then I woke up this morning tired and getting ready for work, and I see the headline about some tape and stuff. 5:30 something, watching the news. And I said, I don't even want to read it right now or watch it. Because I said, when I see crime scene tape and I saw Laurel and I saw all them cars, I said, yeah, something that happened. Y'all done went out there, Laurel, and shot up and stabbed. My cousin and I was while I was at work, sitting at my desk. She sent me the video. So I said, and you could tell we related. We make up words. Niggatry. She said, look at this niggatry. Because when I use the word nigger, like my friend he know when I say nigger, I'm talking about behavior. Because nigger, when you act like a nigger, I've seen white people act niggerish. I've seen all kinds of people act niggerish. So nigger is a behavior. But you all have put the creme de la crop on nigger behavior. So yes, the niggatry is too high and we need to cut it. Separate it, sort it out, and ship it the hell on somewhere and close it off on its own little private island. Put all kinds of electrified fences, alligators, eels, piranhas, whatever, in the water. Ship everybody. The meth heads, the freaking white trash, ignorant black trash, the bonnets, the deflected eyelashes, the sagging, the freaking gumps like Dwayne Wade. All of them need to be on their own little freaking island, away from everybody else. Because you trash, and then you don't want to do no better. It's different when you want to do better, but you don't want to do better, and you got people really babysitting them in that garbage. Starting with people making laws to keep people in this garbage mentality of a state, dumbing down. How much dumber can we go? Kids can't even read, but I don't see nobody fussing or arguing or trying to figure that out. Can't sign their name. You can't sign your name. They're not teaching to sign your name. How you go out here into the world can't sign your name? But as a parent, that's a failure. All roads lead back to home. Then it leads back to the trash politicians that don't do nothing to deter crime. So now you got citizens that don't feel safe, that don't want to go nowhere. I saw a lady comment. She said, yeah, I was going to go out, but then when I pulled up and saw all the YNs, I went home. When you work hard, you pay your taxes, you law abiding, you should be able to go wherever the heck you want to go. So we got to alter ourselves for trash individuals that are not raised, not punished for nothing that they do, let out 55,000 times until they do the most vicious and vile things. And then when they do the most vicious and vile things, like that fool that stabbed the girl on the train or was it the bus, and they talking about he can't stand trial. The nigga knew enough to take his shirt off before he got off that train, so that wasn't too insane to me. But okay. But y'all good with that. You got judges letting people go when they have done the most vile and sick things, put them on ankle monitors. And then you got home that's trifling. I remember one of the guys that I became friends with through Facebook, and I followed him on YouTube, still do. When he does his videos, he said, well, a long time ago, yeah, we got to separate ourselves. And, you know, at the time, I was still in the mentality where we got to, you know, whoever can be saved, you can. That ship has sailed because you killing all people. And then it's always, they don't never. I said this before. It's like very rare that they hit the target that they supposed to hit. Innocent bystanders, children. I hate y'all because y'all don't even care that it's infants now being subjected and killed or shot, maybe not dead, but getting shot. Fooling around with y'all because y'all don't want to enforce nothing to raise no laws. Y'all don't want to do what it say in Proverbs, where you have to discipline your child so they can have hope, or you party to their demise. That's all y'all got going on. That's the generational wealth y'all got going on. It's disgusting. Then you got, then I want to understand all this fraud we got out here. I don't know. I think it needs to be, they need to make it mandatory or a law, because they're always making laws. It needs to be a law where every channel reports on the same freaking story. And then you have the common sense take, and then you have the liberal take. And then people can sort it out from there. But when you only watching one channel, CNN, BS Now, and all that, they give you one little view. Then they corrode it up with stuff that don't have nothing to do with the story. You need just the facts and then to sort it out. Because if a lot of you had more facts, maybe you would do better about looking at real policies and we can get some of these people gone. I don't give a damn about your skin color at this point in my life when I go vote. I need somebody that's going to try to make sure that laws are enforced, like immigration, because that is a law. I watched a video today with Chuck Schumer, all of them. Yeah, Clinton, Obama, all of them back in the day, talking about illegal immigration. That you couldn't have illegals come over, jumping ahead of people that, it looks, and then it looks bad for people that did it the right way and did it legally. You got to come here. And if you're going to come here, you got to apply and assimilate. When I was sitting there watching this video from 2009 of Chuck Schumer, I was like, okay, what happened? Because you're saying the same thing that the majority of us are saying, that want to see these people up out of here. And then the fact that they're killing now. We already got Americans killing. We don't need to be importing killers. Then on top of importing killers, you got these people in our government now, and they're robbing us blind. Ilhan Omar. Because I know Crapping In and them probably haven't reported on it or told you, because they won't. Because they do all the bidding for these people. This hoe has not shown up to answer for or give up documents related to the fraud in Minnesota. That fraud is massive. I don't understand why enough people are not talking about that. But then I know why, because you stay selectively ignorant. The things that really, truly need to be reported on, see, I'm not talking about twisting and spin so you can stay hating and deflect it so they can deflect from stuff like that with that fraud. And then that, it was an accounting error. $30 million. That's fudging because you were caught. I'm tired. They need to arrest her and that rag on her head and lock her up. And then they need to file charges and deport her, get her out of Congress. It shouldn't be no more foreigners in this government. We do need term limits, but of course they're not going to vote for term limits. So I want to know for somebody that's so intelligent, because I'm going to try to find it out myself. I'm going to start the petition. That needs to be a ballot issue for term limits. Because to me, if you all did what you needed to do, when these people have crime running rampant in your cities and they have kids running around that can't read, write, spell, or whatever, and they hiding their gender transitions from you as a parent, reading freaked out books to your kids that you don't seem to care about because it's out in the open now. Lord knows I've been exposing it for years, but now other people are doing it too. And you still not concerned? If you're not going to do the job of voting their asses up out of there, then we need term limits. I'm dead serious. Because the only other solution I have at this point, I'm ready to just go ahead on to split the country. Split it. I don't want to be around nobody that does not want to. I don't care who it is. I don't care about shielding people because, they this, they that. No. If you commit a crime, and you rob, and you steal, and you rip off the taxpayers, if you kill and murder, and you harm, and you're a danger out here in these streets to communities where people got to decide where they can go and not go because they might run into you or your children, we don't need to be around you. I don't want to be around you. You need to be over there with the people that support that garbage. But the sad thing is, most people don't support it. But in order to do the toughening, you're not going to do it because you're scared and you need to get a dog. It's sickening. It's so sickening. I watched Katie Britt, a highlight of her And I was like, what? So I'm going to go back and watch the whole, because I watch California. I tell people all the time, watch California, because the dumb stuff that they do in California, they want to do that everywhere. I don't want my country California-ized. Y'all already trying to make it a third world because you don't want to get the riffraff up out of here that are preying on you and are using up your tax dollars before you can get to it. Everything high because we got to pay for them. Embedded in all the taxes and fees that they added to you, Maryland, Virginia, D.C., and everywhere else, are fees to cover the cost to give all the free stuff to these illegals in the lazy bonnet community and the lazy white trash community and the lazy Asian, but they don't have that many lazy, but they probably have fewer than we do, but I'm sure they have their own laziness. But they don't think that it's a flex to play victim the way that a lot of you seem to. I hope. Is it Blanche, Todd Blanche? I hope the DOJ files charges on Ilhan Omar. They need to file charges on Tim Walz, because there's nowhere in the world, and the way them whistleblowers came out and they said that they notified people, but in his government, the daggone judges out there told them to stop lying. That's how bad it was. Tim Walz, I bet y'all ain't watched that hearing when he was up there, him and Keith Ellison, when they asked him about when they were told them to stop, they had stopped giving them people the funds because they suspected the fraud, but they kept on doing it. And they talking about the court said, and the court wrote a freaking article in the paper and said, no, we didn't, because they were tired of them using that lie. So he's complicit. We talking about millions upon millions of dollars that come from taxpayers. Ilhan Omar wrote the law that took the safeguards off of vetting and checking. And they finding fraud everywhere. Ohio, I don't know if it's daycares with them too, or hospices. I know California got the hospice fraud. It's insane how they been mismanaging the money that they take from us that work hard every day. But yet they out here trying to plot on taking more. I'm not even a billionaire, but as a billionaire, I would be pissed off because they pay the most taxes. And y'all eat up that lie. That's how I'm like, are we really, do we have any mature minds out here? Forget the kids. We already know the schools are not doing that much education. The scores and everything and literacy rates show that. But adults, y'all really simple. The more you make, the more they take. So who do you think? I say it all the time. That fair share garbage, no, that's them trying to lie to you because they done mismanaged most of the money. Every time they got a project, it's either behind schedule, this, that, and the other happen. They got to up the cost, keep running, because they fudging it. They fudging the books, and somebody is spending the money recklessly because they can come back to us and ask for it or put a tax or a new fee on it. The state of stupid needs to get itself together. And I'm talking about, when I say state of stupid, everybody living in a state of stupidity. Now, what's fascinating to me is a lot of y'all be hollering and crying, oh, they not getting food stamps, they not getting this, that, and the other. I know that's a lie. Because I know where I work. So I know what I see and what I know. But they always telling themselves, so Katie Britt, when they asked her the question in the debate, would she, as governor of California, go back and reinstate health care for illegals? She said, yeah. So they damn sure were getting health care. They need to go to their countries and get health care. We need to have health care for ourselves. Her answer was fascinating to me. Because she was right. Yeah, you got a whole bunch of people getting sick. There's a danger for everybody else. Yeah, but those people shouldn't even be here. Worry about yourselves and worry about your children. and their safety, and they're staying intact as a boy or a girl. And then make sure that they can read, write, and think for themselves and critical think so they can make the best decisions for themselves going forward in life. And stop following behind stupid narratives and people blowing smoke up your tail. They lock her rag head. I would love to go there and be there with her and pull that rag off her head and cuff her myself. I can't stand that woman. It's a lot of them I can't stand. Just arrogant. And then try to talk all, and you know what? This why they dumbing everybody down. Because a lot of people don't really understand. You think that they saying something. When you sit back and listen, they ain't saying a daggone thing but a bunch of words. Just to get you confused and make it sound good. You ain't never heard have somebody talking and trying to make it sound good. But if you sit and read between the lines, I praise God for being somebody that read and discern and know words and wordplay and word games. Because that's all they do. They do a whole lot of that. But sell you your own demise at the same time because they make it sound good. That's the devil. And he is a liar. It's on display all day, every day when you see people being something that they're not. Ain't no boy, no girl. That's a lie. And then when it's a lie like that, you know the devil is behind it. So why are you sitting there going along with it?